Hello everyone. You might be wondering about the Ein set, and frankly, so am I. So without further ado, I'm just going to quickly go through it and see how it works against Victor, our wonderful, lovely mobile friend. Maybe not very mobile actually, but anyway. The level 10, as you can see, maxed out. The first card will increase your attack by 7%, much like the Noah cards. Thank you. And the level 10 on the second card will increase your defense by 7%, and the third will increase your HP by 7%. This is all very nice, but frankly the Noah card has more attack, so you're like, well, why do I care? The Ein set, otherwise known as the truth between 0 and 1, will increase your penetration by 800%. What is penetration, you ask? Good question. And I think penetration is one of those strangely new created statistics and attributes just to differentiate between the classic attack, defense and HP, the hit points. So now we've got some new things, and just quickly before I move on, yes, it will give you armor for, there's a 15% chance to give super armor for 1 second and decrease the damage received by 20% for 3 seconds upon using an active skill. So as you may have heard me say before, I still think this set is going to be good for PvP, but otherwise, yeah. But we're going to see if there's any secret stuff going on with this penetration. As you can see here, penetration is 3,000. Of course, we're going to compare this with the Noah set. Attack is 24,000, 24.3 if you like. And you can see it again up here. See 3,000. Our basic was 1,700. Now we're at 3,000, and our attack is at 24. Will this make a difference? Look, around here we've got guard penetration. I'm not sure it actually counts for that, but try to remember these numbers, and we'll go back to it. Let's have a look as we demonstrate our wonderful new statistics on Victor. I guess at this point I should probably do a split screen and mix it in with the others. I suppose I will do that actually. So I'm just going to talk above this and then mix this in as if I'm doing this like right now. So hopefully I'll do the same thing and nothing crazy happens. Good old Victor hiding that smiley face, and my minions Ralph and Ralph going forward to valiantly sacrifice themselves for the aim of science. Now I'm going to let him pound down and then start my lovely abuse. So quite simply a matter of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Skill what I mean. And as I run out, I will go straight into the Hakura Mesho. A couple of taps in there had to be done as I got smashed. But that will do. Stop it. And the damage was 4,405,000. So I hope you enjoyed that comparison, because you can now see on the other side the amount of damage, and you know there are some criticals to consider. There are some really weird things to look at, to consider rather, but that's the kind of average kind of damage you're going to get, and I can't really say much more otherwise. So if that helps you choose whether to choose the Noah set or the Ein set, good luck to you, but I still think this is going to be kind of useful for the PvP. But if you're feeling confident in yourself, then you might well want to just simply do just do attack. Just do attack. Go for Noah set, and that's it. Enjoy. Okay, now we're going to compare some of the PG gain. So as you can see on the left side, I've got the Ash set Gintama option card called the Final Winner, plus the Kulasidian on the side. The other side I've got the Kyo set with the PG game card and the Ukiyo card, which you got from the Samurai Showdown event. Now, if you're using Nameless, you probably want to get your PG gain as much as possible, and later on we're going to show you a couple of things with leader skills. But right now, here, as you can see, the Kyo set is meant to give you PG gain with every basic attack, so you're going to have to keep pounding on Victor there. But even with the Terry card on top, the Ash cards are much better, and really you need to be in my opinion, you need to be gaining your PG gain through using your skills, because then you've got a chance to get invincibility and so forth. So I would say, yeah, don't really just stay with the Ash set, to be honest. Kyo set I think now is done with. I mean, so far. But let's have a look at the leader skills. So Takuma leader for both of these, right? Now I've got Ash set on the left side and on the right side, but this time I've got the Terry PG card and Ukyo card. And you can see it's like it looks nice, but remember that in the Awakening, of course, you're gonna gain a whole load of meter anyway. It's really about in between these times. Trying to build that meter is kind of tough, and I also noticed something else which I'm going to point out in a minute. But also one thing, when you're doing these comparison videos and stuff, it's kind of terrible because there's a whole load of criticals that come in, and you can't really, calculate all of that. So don't really look at the damage. Just look at the PG gain at the screen, at the bottom of the screen. Now here I've got the Pretty Zero, 20% power charge. Both have the same card set, and Takuma. Now the really interesting thing of the Takuma on the right side, if you're watching, is the PG gain. It's 3% on attack. But the very, very important thing is when your character gets hit, it removes that PG gain. When you hit them, you get the PG gain. So in comparison, it's actually really hard. It's really hard to say. It's really hard to say. But essentially, both of them are really, really good. Really, really good. Wow, hold on a second. Where's my thing gone? Okay, he's over there. Sorry, just want to show you that picture of that card set. This is the card set that I've got on Nameless right now. This basically is the card set that I would suggest you go for. And of course, if you don't have the Gintama card, well, then I guess you're going to have to go for either 2 cooldown cards, because doing the special moves gives you the most power gain in the first place, or you could try Terry's PG gain card. But yeah, between Takuma and Takuma and Pretty Zero, it's really a matter of team synergy, in my opinion. So if you've got Pretty Zero, Nameless, and Zero, I would say go with that. I say stay with that, because at the end of the day, right, we're using Nameless as an example, but Nameless is the affinity is the worst for Victor, but his animation super is the longest. So until you find someone else, like another collab character, for example, you're going to need to build out that meter as much as possible. I'm not even going to talk about Tekken set, but the point is, Takuma leader is good, Yuri as leader is good, but Yuri doesn't work with Nameless because Nameless is a defense character, and Yuri needs balanced technical characters for her PG gain bonus to work. So frankly, in the long run, I would say Takuma is nice, but Takuma only goes up to 3 stars, whereas Pretty Zero, for her 20% boost, is going to go up to 5. So who are you going to be using more or less in the long run? You're going to be using Pretty Zero. So if I were you, frankly, I'd forget about Yuri and Takuma and just build up your super strong Fez team, and that's it, because you're going to be sticking with them in the long run. Just my disclaimer, I could be wrong, and you might need Takuma for, I think a lot of Victor's friends are going to be coming along, and they're all going to have different affinities, and you might need them for those missions. Or they might spin it so that you're going to need a completely different character, and you're going to build them up and spin yourself around, playing the game, building up new characters. Or like I said, if you just go back to your main Fez characters and just go for brute force, I think you're going to be better off in the long run. So that's my advice. Stick to your strongest Fez characters. Your Fez characters are going to carry you through, and the next time we see a collab, you've got to run in there, check out what cards are available, and go for those power PG gain cards. That's going to be the most important thing, and any special qualities on the card sets. Check those card sets out, and of course the characters as well, with the long animations for their supers. Those are going to be absolutely critical for these kinds of quests. Alright, that's enough rambling from me. I hope that was useful, and we'll see you next time.